All right, all right, all right. We're still here with Andre 3000 and Outcast. I don't know why they call themselves Outcast. Because if they're talking about what I'm thinking they're talking about, they don't want to let this out. That's why it's in code. And I'm not even saying that Andre 3000 and the group know what they were saying, because these are talented people that tap into that Ain Sof that we were reading about in the video before this one, and we're going to read about now. And it's that infinite possibilities that Ain Sof, it says in this Holy Megillah, is in the bosom of Yah. And that's where he looked into Ain Sof, and he found the answer about how shall I create. Now, I read some of this already in the last video. I read it all the way down to this part where it says, prior to gazing into the face of Jahlah, Jah had been neither male nor female. Where did he get Jahlah from? He got Jahlah, and I can't even say he yet, because prior to gazing into the face of Jahlah, Jah had been neither male nor female. So when Jah said, lo, I know how I shall create, for I have looked deeply into Ain Sof. In the video before this one, he talks about, you got to watch it because it'll be too long, but I know why I shall create, and I know how I shall create. I will create because I love being and wish to share the bliss of being with another, yea, with many others. I wish my children to love me, okay? But he said, but behold, they shall be free to choose this. They must choose this of their own free will, to love, fellowship, desire, and play with Yah. We have to choose that. That's why we have free will. He did not want to force us. You got to go to the video before this one. And so when he said, I know how I will, he looked into Ain Sof. And Ain Sof is the realm of infinite possibilities. I don't know if we're going to read it coming up, or I already read it on the last video. But that's when he looked within Ain Sof, which was in himself, and he saw, behold, when he said, how will I create my children? Behold, that's when the face of our goddess, our divine mother, Jahlah, did appear. Okay? And it just broke down that prior to that, Jah was neither male nor female. And prior to Jahlah gazing into the face of Jah, she was neither male nor female. Behold, at that moment, Jah beheld Jahlah. Jahlah became the divine feminine, and Jah became the divine masculine. And it says, I already read this on the other video, so you got to go to that one to get all that words, but it's good, I would. It says, the bodies of Jah and Jahlah were not physical, okay? They were but spiritual. And neither were their bodies confined to a time, place, shape, or structure, or condition. Okay, exactly what their bodies were and are cannot be fathomed by the human mind. I read all this on the other video. And the reason why you can't fathom it by the human mind was, it says, for who can fathom or draw this mystery? The body of Jah the body of Jah not only was every body of every male of every species that will ever exist, but was in every phase. It was even every phase of every body, from birth to old age, from rebirth to rebirth. Yea. And Jahlah was likewise, but female, containing the bodies of every female who will ever be. Okay. For every male and every female, yea, every being that will ever exist will exist within their own ovum of light. And every phase of existence of each being will take place within that ovum. And all ovums are within Jah and Jahlah. All the eggs are within the first father and the first mother. And I don't know if you even want to call it the first father and mother, but you want to say within Jah and Jahlah, the first male and the first female, and they were not physical bodies. Thus, when Jah embraced Jahlah, Jah is one with every female. Likewise, in the transcendental embrace of Jah, Jahlah is one with every male who will ever be. And within the bodies of Jah and Jahlah are every body that will ever exist, even of mountains and stars and trees. For even within such things are hidden the female and masculine principles. For all things are the fruit of the embrace of the masculine and the feminine. And Jah knew that Jahlah knew him, and it was so. For when Jahlah had waited in Ain Sof for Jah to find her, she had been privy to his every thought and feeling. For Ain Sof was within Jah. Remember, divine heart and divine mind. She was privy to it. For Ain Sof was within Jah, and she was within Ain Sof. And now, not Anne, sorry. Now Ain Sof was also within her. For like Jah, Jahlah was now outside of Ain Sof, and Jahlah felt that Jah knew her. I think that tells you that. I'll put all that stuff in this footnotes. And it was so, for when Jah found Jahlah within Ain Sof, he recognized her as the beautiful voice that had even spoken within his heart. Okay, so is she divine heart? Did divine heart become the divine feminine, and the divine mind became the divine masculine? Let's see. And Jah knew, and Jah knew Jahlah is most like me, but a bit different, in a complementary way. And Jah rejoiced in the similarities between he and Jahlah, and Jah rejoiced in the difference between he and Jahlah. Yea, the difference was not only useful, Jah knew, being the way of creation. That was the difference between the male and female. But also playful and fun. The difference between them was the way of creation, to make children. And Jah is playful indeed, which is why Jah chose this way from amongst the infinite possibilities. And Jahlah knew Jah is most like me, but a bit different in a complementary way. And Jahlah rejoiced in the similarities between she and Jah. And Jahlah rejoiced in the differences between she and Jah. And Jahlah rejoiced in the differences. Sorry, I read that twice. And Jahlah rejoiced in the differences between she and Jah. Yea, the difference was not only useful, Jahlah knew, being the way of creation, but also playful and fun. And Jahlah is playful indeed. Behold, from the beginning, she has sung this song within the heart of Jah. So that's where she was singing in the heart of Jah. So she's divine heart, the feeling. Okay. Even before Jah found her in Ain Sof, that's what it's saying. She had sung this song within the heart of Jah, even before Jah found her in Ain Sof. Yea, the difference between Jah and Jahlah is the difference between the masculine and the feminine principles. Truly, this difference is cause for celebration, for this difference makes possible creation. Yea, it makes possible the gracious gift and the bliss of the lover and the beloved. And Jah knew this and rejoiced, and Jahlah felt this and rejoiced. Jah and Jahlah are the two that are one, and the one that is two. In their transcendental embrace, they reasoned and felt and intuited together as I and I. For Yah was no longer one alone, but was now I and I, the one another, the lover and the beloved, Jah and Jahlah. Boom, boom, boom. We're on now to the divine plan, because this is important too, but I think we're already almost at 10 minutes, so I'm going to put this one on the next one, because now this is the divine plan of Jah-Jah, and it's about creation, and how I don't want to say he, but how Yah, his plan to create more beings, okay? The plan of Jah-Jah is the plan of creation. And I'm going to go back to our little outcast real quick, because they got some more stuff. This is what he says. Now all the Beyoncés and Lucy Lou's and baby dolls get on the floor, right? That's why I brought up Lucy Liu in the last video, because what is Lucy Liu telling us in this new movie? I haven't got to watch it yet, So don't beat me up. But I am gonna watch it. But everything, everywhere, all at once. That is almost Ain Sof. And look at her third eye. And so he said, Outcast said, all of y'all, all the Beyoncés and all the Lucy Lou's, get on the floor and y'all know what to do. What did he tell them to do? Shake it like a Polaroid picture, right? Look at the Polaroid. He's still tapping into the duality of the male and the female, right? And he's saying, shake it, shake it. That's that tip zoom to zoom. Let's see if he says anything else in here real quick before we end this. Shake it like a Polaroid picture. He said, now all the Beyoncés and Lucy Lou's and baby dolls get on the floor and y'all know what to do, right? I'm telling you, he's talking. This is why the name of this is Hey Yah, because the divine masculine and the divine feminine is what is the plan of creation, and it's Jah and Jahlah. And the next video is going to go into it a little bit more, but I wanted to share this Hey Yah because it's been on my head for a couple weeks, and I might have even sang it in a few videos prior to this, but I really never looked at the lyrics. So this is all fresh and new, like I'm saying. Go listen to this song, feel the energy of the song, and realize that he's talking about a man and a woman being together and how powerful that is, and what is this about this separation. And like I said in the last video, that the masculine is cold without the feminine, because if we're thinking like the masculine is the divine mind and the feminine is the divine heart, then the feeling part of the female and either separated is going to be in balance. It's going to be cold, ice cold. And so if God was only a woman, we'd still have this ice cold reality that we're living in, not knowing, the divine plan of creation, like the how. Because he said that in the beginning. Thank God for mom and dad. He said, thank God for mom and dad for sticking two together, because we don't know how. We don't know how. We don't know about creation. They kept this from us, the male and the female together. It's the plan of creation. And where they all, how he did it. So now we might know a little bit about how, thanks to this Holy Megillah. And guys, I'm going to go into some more. Look at this 9, the page numbers. Everything is matching up. I also noticed that, even the verses, do your own little dissecting of this to see the polarity of the male and the female everywhere. All right. Okay, stay tuned. I think I got one more in me to finish this up. We got the divine plan. We're going to read next video. All right, guys, stay tuned.